When I talk to coaches and athletes, many coaches and athletes agree that the hip is the most critical. Starting with a stable hip is the key to successful job, I think.
Hi, Nagao sensei. It's my pleasure to have you on the Evidence Strong show. Please briefly introduce yourself.
Yes, I studied sports science at Tokai University. It is a very famous sports university. My focus was biomechanics. Later, I worked at Japan Institute of Sports Science. I did research on weightlifting and supported the Japan national team. And now I am a university teacher. I still work with the national team. And coaches and athletes ask me for evidence, and I use video analysis to help them improve. And to support them, I always travel with the team, and I go to the All Japan Junior and the World Championship. I record every their lift.
Awesome. So today we will be talking about one of your studies in split jerk. So why did you decide to do this study?
Yes, the junior national team coach also led a top tier university women's team, and he often emphasized the need for scientific evidence in the sprint jet. His goal was to increase the maximal weight and reduce no risk for female athletes.
So you decided to investigate split jack. So to give coaches the answer about split jack, the scientific evidence about split jack, you needed the data. So could we talk a little bit about how did you collect the data and how did you prepare the data for analysis?
The measures for this study was taken during national championship in Japan. I did not ask the lifters to do anything special. They just performed their lift as usual. The support from the Japan Weightlifting Association was essential for recording this lift during the event. I was measured just only video. I record every lift of all athletes using two digital cameras. And for this study, I focused on female athletes who had both successful and unsuccessful lifts at the same weight. And I only analyzed the forward barbell drop as it was the most common type of no lift. And in my previous submission, the sample size was too small and the paper was rejected. To fix this, I analyzed data from two competitions. As a result, the final sample size was 13 lifters, including World Championship athletes.
That's awesome. So you recorded everyone and then you took the lifts of the athlete who was successful and unsuccessful at the same weight. So each lifter was control for successful and unsuccessful lift at the same weight. Then you had all the data, you had the videos of successful and unsuccessful lift. Now, what variables, what measurements did you analyze?
Yes, so in successful lift, the barbell moved significantly further backward during the catch phase compared to failed lift. And also the barbell displacement peak height during the drive phase were significantly higher in successful lift. And the dip phase, the maximal angular velocity of knee flexion was actually faster in failed lift than in successful ones.
Oh,
Yeah. During the drive phase, successful lifts showed a larger range of motion and faster extension of the trunk. Finally, the peak hip extension velocity was significantly higher in successful lift.
that's interesting. Okay, so unsuccessful lift faster in the knee, successful lift faster in the hip. Awesome. Okay, what do you think should be the main message for coaches and the lifters?
Yeah, first, do not bend knees too fast during the dip phase. Rapid knee flexion may decrease the successful rate. A stable hip is very important. Second, during the drive phase, use trunk movement with hip extension. This helps move the barbell high enough and further backward placement. When I talk to coaches and athletes, many coaches and athletes agree that the hip is the most critical. Starting with a stable hip is the key to successful job, I think.
Awesome. Okay, so at the end of each interview, I have two short questions. The first question is, what is your favorite lift?
My favorite lift is snatch.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
Before I focused on the jack, my research was mainly about the snatch.
Oh,
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not good at the clean and jack. I feel like lack flexibility around my shoulder capra.
oh.
Very tight.
So snatch is better. I respect that. And the last question is, if my viewers want to find you on the internet and send you a message or see your research, should they go?
Yes, you can find my work on ResearchGate. I recently updated my profile to make it easy to access. And it is the best way to contact me. And you can also find my information on ORCID.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.